So in our previous tutorial, we have seen dictionary variable and how to store key and value pair in a dictionary variable. In the tutorial, we stored one key and one value into dictionary variable. So in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to store multiple values in a dictionary variable using one key. Let me go to config file and this is my config file I'm going to use for process. So look at this email template. I have one name, okay, one name, and I have two values. That is, one is email subject and the other one is email body. So let me change it as key, okay, key, and now let's say I have one key and two values. So I'm going to store two values in one single key. Let me close this one and create a new sequence. Name it as dictionary key multiple values. Multiple values. Click on create. Okay. Now we need to declare the dictionary variable. Then go to activity panel, drag and drop assign activity, and create a variable control K config underscore email. So this is the variable name, and I'm going to change this variable type as dictionary. Okay, carefully watch it. Go to variable type, click on browse for type. Here type dictionary. Select system.collection.generic dictionary key and value, and in this key select string, and in this value go and browse for type again, and here type tuple, and in this tuple we need to select two tuple t1 and t2. Okay, so since now we are going to store only two values, so that is the reason I selected this third method, tuple t1 t2. And after selecting it, here I'm going to select string, and here also I'm going to select string, because in the both the value I'm storing as a string. Then click on OK and click on OK. Okay, now we chosen the variable type. Let me go and declare the dictionary variable. Here just type new dictionary of string comma tuple of string comma string. Okay, so click on OK. Now we have declared the config email dictionary variable type. Now I'm going to use a read range to read the workbook. And here I'm going to pass the config file path. Go to data folder, click on config. Here I'm going to use the workbook sheet name, so that is email template. Copy this sheet name and paste it here in the sheet. Okay, so let me remove this cell range, leave it as a blank so that it will read the entire data available in the config workbook and create the data table variable to store the data. And now drag and drop for each to iterate the each row for each data table. And in this for each data table, so already I have created DT email template and call that DT email template in the input, and here so it will each and every row it will release it here and store it in the row. Okay, so after that I'm going to use if condition. Okay, so if condition, you know that why we are using if condition. So we need to remove unwanted white spaces and we need to skip the blank rows as well. Okay, so for that use if statement and here type not string is dot is null or white space and open bracket row of key. What is the header we saw in the config file? Key. Okay, so then add a dot to string dot trim. Okay, so it's done. Now use assign activity to store the dictionary key and values. Go to field and here call your config dictionary variable, that is config email, and open bracket call that row and row of what? Key. Okay, row of key and dot to string dot trim. Okay, now click on OK and here in the to field add tuple dot create of row. Okay, row open bracket within double quotes add your first header, that is subject, I think email subject, and add dot to string and add a comma, again add row open bracket within double quotes add a email body dot to string. Okay, so let me check it again from the config file. Okay, open the config file and look at here, the key header is key and the value 1 header is email subject and the value 2 header is email body. So check the UiPath again and here email subject and email body dot to string and key header is key. Okay, now we are done. Okay, let me add right line activity to get the values, and after storing all the key and value pairs I need to get the result. Okay, so that I'm adding two right line activity because I need to get the value of 2. Okay, so this one is the value 1, this one is the value 2 based on this key. Okay, so I'm going to write it as the text, I'm going to write it as config email open bracket, and what is the key there? Key is, what is the key? Technical error. Okay, copy that key and go here and paste it and dot item 1. Okay, the item 1 is this one, item is 1 is value 1, this email subject, item 2 is email body, and go here copy this and click on OK, and go to this right line activity and open this text window, and here I'm going to call the item 2. Okay, so click on OK. Now let me run this process, and before that close your config Excel, click on save. Now debug your process, step into so it started executing it. It stored it's declared the config variable, and it stored all the data into data table which is available in the email template sheet, and it's getting in it's getting into for each row in data table and adding the key and values. So we have only one row. Okay, now it's done. It's coming out and going to the right line to print the result, and now click on this and see alert technical exception is our subject. It's printed as the item 1, which means value 1, and again step into, and the item 2 is the value 2. Hi, an error occurred, please refer the attached screenshot. So this one you can utilize at the time of sending email notification. Instead of reading the entire data and filtering the data table, you can use this. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe and support.